Hello and welcome to a very special program. This is season 3 of the Diageo NDTV Road to Safety campaign, and it's a program and a campaign that means the world to us. It's a program about awareness, it's a program about saving lives, and it's a program about sending the right message. And who can send the right message better than Virat Kohli? Virat, great to have you back on this campaign. You were associated with this last year as well. Why is the Road to Safety campaign important for you?
Why I decided to do this last year was the numbers were staggering. People said you're safer in the air than on the road, especially in our country. So the way I've seen videos in the past on YouTube, and it's really shocking to see the kind of things that happen on the roads, and it's all because of not following rules. Getting the easy way out, not waiting 15 more seconds for the signal. Those sort of small things lead to, that one decision in life, and everything changes for so many people around, that person who suffers. Yeah. So it was just an effort to create some sort of awareness that, there's no rush.
There's no rush in life. It's
exactly.
Your life
there's so much time in life. There's no rush, and something that can cost you your life, and cost so many people around you so much, is something that needs to be addressed very strongly. And it was getting very serious, and it's been the case for a while. So it's just a little effort from my side to create whatever difference that I can.
Have you heard about friends of yours or their parents or others in road accidents? I mean,
yes.
Is there a certain emotional connect in your case?
Yes. I clearly remember there was a really dear friend of mine back in the day when I was 8 or 9 years old, and we used to play cricket together, and he went to Australia. He was a few years senior to me. I mean, he was elder, and he went to Australia to study, and after a couple of years, we heard this news that he's passed away in a road accident. And, so that rang a bell, although it happened there where, overspeeding and those sort of things, but it just rang a bell that, it's pretty dangerous. And then I've seen things happen in front of my eyes on our roads. And to see some of those visuals it's disturbing, and I can imagine what one wrong decision, it might not even be your mistake, but another person who's not sensible, it all leads to just creating chaos.
Virat, there is something called the Good Samaritan law in the country. It's just recently come about, and basically because a lot of people felt that when somebody is in distress on the road, people need to stop and take them to a hospital.
Yes.
Because people don't do that, and it's sad, but in so many parts of our country we just see people looking the other way because they feel they're going to be bothered. Could you send a message to people to help those in need? That golden hour is the first star. If a person isn't in hospital, then they may die.
Definitely. That is one thing that always crops up whenever you speak about road safety in India, that people, if someone has met an accident, there'll be a crowd around it, and they'll watch the person who suffered still lying on the road but no one helping. It's just a crowd that has that invisible barrier where no one's willing to step forward and help that person in need. And I think in general that stems out of lack of compassion and lack of sensibility, and that is something that needs to be addressed. And it's a general thing. If a relative or immediate family meets with an accident, you help them. They're human beings as well. So there's no better thing to do than help anyone else, and actually saving someone's life is, the biggest thing you can do in life. So I never understood why people would not help anyone if they see someone lying on the road. I've seen a few people do it. It takes courage. I mean, to go help the person, then to file that in a police station that this happened, that happened. It takes courage, and a lot of people find the easy way out and they just leave the person there, which is sad to see.
I want to turn our attention to responsibility and drinking responsibly. A lot of young people, you know, we've all partied, we've all had a great time. But there is that line that you should never cross. It's not just your own life, it's others' lives as well. So how would you define drinking responsibly, partying responsibly? I mean, what would you tell people, young people?
Well, I think everything requires balance. There's a certain limit that you can consume, and you cannot be behind the wheel post that. So I think that is one call. If you're, I'm not saying stop drinking. Everyone has their own choices, but if you think you are going to a place where you might consume more than what is allowed, you rather take someone who can drive for you rather than, you know, putting yourself at risk, putting another person on the road at risk, and just losing everything
in a moment.
In a moment, because of awareness, because of laziness, or you know, just not being aware mostly of a situation that can arise. So it's very important to be mindful of those things, and it's a personal responsibility. I can sit here and I can say whatever I want to, but unless a person wants to do it individually at a personal level, it will never change. So the urge is not to tell someone how to drive a car. The urge is to tell someone to be sensible and responsible for themselves and for the people around them.
When you bat, you wear a helmet because it's common sense, right? Mitchell Stark can cause you a fair bit of an injury. But this common sense doesn't pervade among people on two-wheelers. I mean, it's just common sense, but people don't do it. Young people don't do it. Old people don't do it. They think the police aren't looking. They aren't worried about the police. Again, what is your message to those on two-wheelers?
Well, it's even more dangerous. I mean, a four-wheeler still has your airbags if it's a nice car. Or in general, it's protected much more than a two-wheeler. On a two-wheeler, if someone else commits a mistake, your life can be done in a span of seconds. I mean, it's not even, you know, it's not even that much of a, it's like a split second. You make one bad decision and you're done. That is one reason I don't ever step on, jump onto a two-wheeler anymore, because I feel scared on our roads. If something happens, I might, you know, get injuries that might cost me so much in my career or life. So there's that fear. And I don't know how people can afford to do that without helmets.
What about a designated driver? That's something that doesn't work in our country, but isn't that something that we really need to think about? That, look, group of friends, some of them, everybody's partying, but one person will be responsible for them. And that one person will not touch alcohol.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, if a group of friends are going out, one person decides that tonight's the night where I'm going to be responsible, and you can switch responsibilities. There's no harm in it. That way you can actually create awareness among a lot of people around you that this is what we do. We enjoy a perfectly good night, and at the same time we are safe and sound and we understand what's happening. So I think that's a great idea. I mean, for people, especially youngsters who are excited to go out, party and have a good time, I think it's a great thing to do.
Sure. Well, there you have it, Virat Kohli, our brand ambassador, and somebody who feels genuinely for this cause. And I think the message that Virat shares with everybody is that you need to know what is the line over there. You need to be responsible. There are the lives, not just of your own lives, the lives of your families, the lives of your friends. Virat, it's such a pleasure to speak to you, and thank you so much for being part of this cause, which means so much to all of us. Thanks.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.